So when it comes to acting humanly, this particular person, all of you know, Mr. Turing, Alan Turing. Okay, so this guy, Mr. Alan Turing, in 1950, okay, he developed this particular test called as Turing test, and this could be seen as a very famous test. Okay, 1950s में ये टेस्ट डिलीवर किया है या डिवाइस किया है, and it test actually some of them think that this test is pretty much similar test to another experiment called as Chinese room theorem. Sorry, Chinese room, what you can say, उसका मुझे परफेक्ट नाम नहीं आ रहा है, but Chinese room करके कुछ एक paradox hai. This is similar to that, and these are two tests for identifying whether whatever you have created is actually an AI or not. This is what this test does. So ये क्या है? ये test है. Test किस लिए है? Say suppose I have developed an artifact and I am boasting of that it is an AI. Then to make that particular claim verified, okay, so to verify that claim that whatever I have developed is AI or not, I could use this particular test called as Turing test. Turing test is developed by Alan Turing, which was a very important figure as far as the computer science is concerned, theory of computer science is concerned. Many concepts and background that you have learned in TCS, they are attributed to Mr. Alan Turing. Okay, and Alan Turing actually in 1930s proposed those Turing machines and all, and then also he proposed a test called as Turing test. Okay, which is quite a simple test if you see how it is organized and how it is conducted. So it's a test. So you have a procedure for conduction of this test. Okay, the one that you are looking at in front of you, I hope my screen is visible, is the procedure of a test. Okay, so there are two parties or three parties, I should say, in this particular test. One party in this test is called as human interrogator. Second party is called as the human who is expert on the task which we are replacing by an AI system. Okay, so this is the human who is also able to solve the same task that the AI system is able to solve. Okay, next is the third party, and the third party is the AI system that I am putting to the test. So I'm putting to the test thing called as the AI system. This is what I'm putting to the test. So I'm putting this guy to the test. He is my interrogator and he is the expert who also can work on the same task for which I have built the AI system for. Okay, so he's an expert in solving the same task that the AI system is trying to mimic. Okay, so you got this particular three actors in the test. Now the theme of the test is that these all three persons, or I should say these all three participants, I should say, are in the same room. Okay, they are in the same room, but there is a partition between the interrogator and the other two. There is a partition between the interrogator and the other two. Now this interrogator and the expert, they both are humans, and this is the AI system that I am trying to test. Interrogator will try to do what? It will try to interrogate the other side based on the task at hand. जो भी टास्क के लिए आपने AI सिस्टम बिल्ड किया है, उस टास्क के ऊपर वो कुछ क्वेश्चनएयर बनाएगा, and that questionnaire will be submitted to both of the other things. That is, I will be submitting that particular questionnaire to this party, and the same will also be submitted to this party. Okay, now the job of the AI system and the human expert is to solve the task and get the answers. These obtained answers will now be returned to the human interrogator. So human interrogator will be able to have two answers and they will be blinded. That is, because of this partition, human interrogator will be blinded. He will not be able to distinguish between which is from which side. So this may be AI, this may be AI. He doesn't know. So human interrogator does not know which answer came from AI which answer came from the human expert. Now, when the interrogator goes through the answer, okay, if the interrogator is not able to distinguish which one is from human and which one is from AI, then the AI system is set to pass the test. AI system is set to pass the test. Now you seem to feel like it's just the imitation game. You're trying to imitate. So I can fool around this human interrogator easily if I'm able to copy down only the answers the human is going to give. But it's not that simple. So we are, because we are actually talking about certain tasks, and we are actually organizing the test in terms of judging the quality of performance on that task. Now the task could be maybe something like, I'm talking about a what you can say, the conveyor belt, जहाँ पे मुझे कुछ parts है sort करके conveyor belt पे रखने हैं, and my AI system is a robotic arm, autonomous robotic arm, which has a camera incorporated on it, which will be taking photos of things which are coming, and depending on the sizes, shapes, weights, something like that, it will decide to move things and keep them in a particular order. Maybe that is the task. Maybe the task is something like, I have number of blocks given on the table and I want to arrange them in a particular order, just like a Tower of Hanai problem. Okay, there could be different set of problems, something like that. I have this kind of pegged structure and I want to actually make those pegs in a different order put onto the second peg. Tower of Hanai problem, some of you might know. That's why I actually use that example. So there could be different challenges, different problems that I'm going to pose to this AI system. Okay, the important organization or important thing that you need to understand is, we are trying to identify whether the actions or the outputs that this particular test results are showing, are these actions similar to human beings or not. That is what we are testing. Okay, let us see how good this test was or how bad this test was for AI systems to pass. So it was predicted, this was predicted that 2000 by early 2000 a machine might have 30% chance of fooling a layman for 5 minutes. So please understand, interrogator का abilities पे कोई भी restriction नहीं है. He can be any interrogator who is human being. Okay, and there is the human that is solving the task is an expert. It is assumed to be expert on the system. Okay, so AI system को इसके expertise को match करना है on that particular task. ये अगर expert नहीं है, ये layman है, तो शायद AI system better perform करेगा, and just interrogator can understand कि ये ज़्यादा better perform कर रहा है, शायद ये computer है. बहुत बार ऐसा होता है ना कि कोई task बहुत अच्छी तरह से होने लगे तो we feel like अरे ये computerized है यार, या मैकेनिकल है ये सिस्टम के, ये बहुत अच्छी तरह से टास्क परफॉर्म कर रहा है. सो देयर इज सम बिट ऑफ kind of reservations for adoption of this particular test as a test for being able to intelligent or being able to show that an artifact is intelligent. But still, people did not manage for around 50 years, okay, to fool this particular test or to crack this particular test. Okay, so based on this test, अगर आप कोई AI डेवलप कर रहे हैं जो के ट्यूरिंग टेस्ट पास कर सके, ओके, तो क्या क्या फैसिलिटीज या क्या क्या फीचर्स उसमें होने चाहिए. The important feature that it should have is, since there is a septum between the interrogator and the AI system, and you are actually composing a questionnaire or composing some task set, and that you are submitting to the AI system must be able to recognize what is posed. Okay, so it should have some sort of way to communicate with the interrogator, and that communication mechanism can only be there in AI if I do natural language processing. I have natural language capabilities built into the AI system. Then only it can interact with the human interrogator like a human being. Okay, क्योंकि compete किसके साथ AI system कर रहा है कि human interrogator के साथ compete कर रहा है. तो अगर truly मुझे, in true sense, I want to actually show the Turing test, or I want to actually design the Turing test for testing whether a system is AI or not, then that AI system must have a natural language processing ability. Without that, it cannot be able to equally communicate with the human interrogator as the human expert would do. Okay, you can actually understand that. The other thing is it should have a voice processing abilities and all those things, signal processing abilities. Okay, you keep those things aside. Important thing that it would require is it should be able to communicate in a natural discourse, whether you are sending a printout of the answers or whether you are sending a getting a printout of the answers. If I'm getting a printout of the answer, I should be able to scan it. So there has to be some video processing. I should have that ability, that I should be able to capture the things. Then once I get that data, that text into my system, I should be able to understand that text. How do I understand the text given to me? I can understand the given text only if I have language understanding or natural language understanding. I should be more precise. Okay. Then the AI system should be able to store the knowledge. It should have the abilities of reasoning, because human beings do have these abilities of having knowledge. Whenever I say I am talking about a human expert, consider that you are a volleyball player and you want to throw a volleyball into volley, the ball into volley, that is. Then it is embedded into your muscle memory कि कितने फोर्स से कितने डिस्टेंस से मैं थ्रो करूंगा, मैं जंप करूंगा या नहीं करूंगा, कितने जोर से मैं एफर्ट्स लगाऊंगा फॉर जंपिंग टू अ पर्टिकुलर हाइट, and then use my muscle memory to put that particular ball into the volley. Okay, ये सब जो चीज है ये मुझे किससे आता है? एक्सपीरियंस से आता है. मेरा एक्सपीरियंस कहाँ स्टोर होता है? दैट इज स्टोर समवेयर ना. Either it is stored in my muscle memory or it is stored in my brain memory, right? यानी मेरे मेमोरी में स्टोर्ड है. कहाँ मेमोरी होता है वो आज का सवाल नहीं है. We'll learn that maybe in some other subject कि न्यूरल नेटवर्क कैसे स्टोर करते हैं या कैसे मिमिक करते हैं ह्यूमन न्यूरल नेटवर्क के साथ. बट ये जो मेरा नर्वस सिस्टम है उसका जो नेटवर्क है वो नेटवर्क समहाउ ये एक्सपीरियंसेस स्टोर करके रखता है, और वो जो फॉर्म रहता है वैसा फॉर्म एआई सिस्टम में होना चाहिए. एंड दैट इज व्हाट इज कॉल्ड एज द नॉलेज component. So these are certain components of AI: knowledge, reasoning. The reasoning component will do what? Reasoning component will give you a mechanism to learn new things which are not learned already. So as you say, as you might have been watching a lot of sports, बहुत बार ऐसा बोला जाता है स्पोर्ट्स में कि आप हर एक मैच में नया कुछ सीखते हो, नए एक्सपीरियंस यू कीप ऑन एडिंग. सो from the percepts that you are getting into when you are in a sport session, those new experiences that they come through the inputs that you are receiving. And in AI system, the inputs are said to be received through percepts using the sensors. Okay, so these percepts are coming to me. Then what I should do, I should process those percepts. I should look into my previous experiences. Is it a matching experience? So what I had done that at that time, what I should do right now, all these kind of things will give you an ability to reason out the choices that you have in the situation. Okay, and in the process of doing this reasoning, you will learn new experience from past experience, current percepts, and the reasoning process. Using the reasoning process, you will learn new experiences, and these experiences now you will try to update into your knowledge base. So reasoning process is kind of the control component, okay, as well as a generator component, generator of new experiences that will go into knowledge base, and the control component that actually tries to map the new experience, the percepts to the existing knowledge and get something that gives you some kind of belief that gives you ability to take decisions. Okay, so the reasoning is working in two ways, in tandem. Okay, it is giving ability to reason out new facts about the world or new information about the world, and it is also giving you an algorithmic representation that tells you out of the available actions which action you should do. So that is what reasoning is providing you. So that's why when people ask you what are the components of AI, just blindly you can say that knowledge should be there or knowledge representation should be there. The proper word is knowledge representation. This is not used in this slide, but that will be there in the book. Then the ability to reason or reasoning ability. Okay, there has to be a reasoning ability available in the AI system. There has to be natural language understanding. ओके, नेचुरल लैंग्वेज अंडरस्टैंडिंग क्यों? क्योंकि इंटरोगेटर जो दे रहा है मुझे सवालों का कलेक्शन और टास्क का कलेक्शन या टास्क का डिस्क्रिप्शन, I should be able to understand that task description. Because the human interrogator is human, naturally he will like to converse in his natural tone, and he is actually trying to understand whether the other side is behaving like human or not. So human behavior का ये एक part है, being able to communicate in natural discourse. That's why natural language understanding, or rather I should say a broader perspective, if I want to have, natural language processing abilities should be there. So natural language processing में दो तीन चीजें आती है. एक तो I should be able to understand natural language, and then I should be able to converse or create a discourse in natural language. यानी मैं क्वेश्चन भी कर सकूं और उनसे आंसर, उनके आंसर को समझ भी सकूं. Natural language understanding is being able to understand the discourse, and natural language generation would mean that I'm able to process that information and come out with my thoughts into the encoding that the natural language has. Okay, तो ये दो तीन चीजें हैं एक साथ. When I say that language understanding we should be there as a component of AI, and the final thing is learning, and a whole subject is attributed to this particular thing.